Traders from around the world, we are back. Greg Young in the building, PBA professional. I'm going bowling with him tonight. But we're just doing a practice. He's doing a tournament tomorrow in Atlanta.
Yep.
He's going to dominate. And he's going to dominate that tournament like he dominated a trade on Roku today with real money this time. He was saving up his day trades. Tell us a little bit about it, man.
I just got back from our little thing we did this morning.
Yep.
And I saw that there was a lot of built-in pressure coming in on a support line, and I was waiting for it to break out. I bought the breakout, and it just shot up a little bit. Then it started consolidating again, just hanging out there for a while, some more pressure building in, and then it just took off again, and I sold it once it got to the top there.
It was a great,
yeah.
It was a great trade. It was a beautiful Wednesday.
Win for
It
sure
was a
on
Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about that trade because Donna did very well on it. Angela did very well on it. Dustin, who was the very first day at Real Life Trading, he made, I think, 0.5 Rs on 2 trades total on Roku. So let's talk about Roku. Let's talk about a few other trades, and let's discuss why it was a beautiful winner. All right, guys, you rock. Thanks for watching. You got it, traders. That is the handsome devil, Greg Young himself. And then there's me. I'm sorry, you had to live through that. We're going to look at a few trades today. I got a request on Twitter. Boop, there it is. About CHK. I'll look at CHK, Roku, and 2 or 3 other stocks that are doing a little bit of moves and doing a little bit of shakes. First and foremost, Roku. I mean, just a bill payer over the last 2 or 3 days. Check this out. My boy Kevin, who also lives in Nashville, 7.25 Rs on the day between Google and Roku. Also, shout outs to Angela, as I mentioned, and Donna, and a few other people who are just playing Roku really well. Last 2 or 3 days, look at Angela. 0.7 R with 3 trades on Roku, 3.5 R for December, all on ROKU. When you find one that you like, play it till it stops working. Here's some analysis from yesterday in the afternoon swing trading room, which was Tech Giant Tuesday. So also, good job, Angela. Good job, Mike Ramsey. A few other people did really well on Roku, and that was a really nice trade. So as far as a trend is concerned, I mean, it's really intriguing that Roku is still just massively gangbusters bullish. We have a little bit of a trend like this, and now we do have a little bit of a lower high. I don't know how long that's going to, affect Roku, but we'll probably trade sideways and just slightly consolidate for a while. Let's watch Roku tomorrow, team. Is ready for some shocking news. If Roku gaps up above the highs of these candles, I will be looking to go bullish on it. Not massively surprising, but I will at least watch it. We will see, and we'll figure out what happens, right? Maybe it goes bullish, maybe it goes bearish. I'm not entirely sure, but we will see. My friends, the afternoon room pays for itself over and over and over again because we spend so much time focusing and talking about the trade, the analysis, the charts. Here's the pattern that a few traders played today on Roku. First and foremost, it was a retest gap. It gapped up. It retested. Crazy, right? So weird when that happens. So this is the double bottom on Roku right here. So the double bottom comes in and just really nice bounce off of the moving averages. Here's the candle that closes. Look at the volume on this candle too. Volume increases on this candle, closes above the resistance. You get a really nice high wave candle. And just a moment ago, this is the candle that Greg was talking about. This was his entering candle right here. So you had the entering candle. There's the breakout. So that's where Greg's getting in bullish. He did very nicely hold through this retracement right here. Pulls into the moving average, then it consolidates for a long time, pops again, and this is where he gets out. Now, we've done some back trading and practicing on Roku, just discussing and talking about why that trend was still intact, and there was really, once it closed above this resistance, this candle right here, once this candle came in, there was nothing really stopping Roku to go to 151.07. But remember, ladies and gentlemen, we never get out at the high. We never exit the trade at the exact high. We got to do our absolute best to make money and then protect those gains. Roku, fantastic job. Expedia did have a gap up today. EXP, Expedia Group. Feel free to keep your eyes on this trade. This one was a stock that bounced off of the 100 simple on the weekly chart. Dividend paying blue chip stock that pulled into a beautiful pocket of liquidity and then had a gorgeous bounce. Really nice buy zone on Expedia and a randomly interesting gap up on the daily chart. So yeah, feel free to keep your eyes on this one as it could slowly kind of creep up higher a little bit. So I had the request for CHK and Chesapeake. Although I will sum up my analysis on Chesapeake by saying it's a total dumpster fire, I do think short term we can make a little bit of money on it, on this trade, on this gap. You did have tons and tons of volume coming in today. You had a gap up today. You did close above 72 cents. Here's why it's a dumpster fire. This is the monthly chart, and it's just going down, down, down. Like it's so low. But the one redeeming factor that Chesapeake Energy has right now is its all-time low was 47 cents back in 1993. 45 cents back in 1994. So that's pretty much where we're getting into right about now. We're getting into the all-time lows on Chesapeake. So it's good to know because, that could act as a little bit of support. So we haven't quite gotten there yet. There could be a little bit of a short squeeze coming on Chesapeake Energy, and it's up 16% today, which is a lot, but not a whole heap ton of amount. So what I'm thinking on Chesapeake, realistically, even though it is a retest gap, you do have a kind of a cute upper shadow today and lower shadow with good volume. There is the opportunity and the high likelihood that this has a little bit of a pop at some point, although the 20 EMA was the exact spot that it stopped. So here's what I would personally like to see, is I would like to wait one more day. I would love to see Chesapeake have an inside day resting candle tomorrow and then it pops later. But yes, it is worth watching. It could and most likely will retest this gap to some degree and then eventually go a little bit higher. Overall, though, that is, of course, just my thoughts and standpoints. Let's go look at Skechers, ticker symbol SKX. And Skechers, what's interesting about this one is you had a pretty decent gap up today, and I'm going to go to a daily chart. So a lot of stocks are experiencing this with the massive random day of selling that we got yesterday. You have an abandoned baby here on Skechers. So the trend actually, for the most part, is looking pretty good. Here's the weekly chart on Skechers, and Skechers is quite a volatile stock overall. Kind of trading a little bit sideways, but it seems to me like we're just honing for this $42 price range, which is not a lot of price left for Skechers to go, but I think it can get there, and if and when Skechers closes above this April 16th, 2018 candle, it will be reaching its previous all-time highs. It will just be a matter of time at that particular point in time. Here's another stock that I like a lot, INSP. First heard about this one when I interviewed Howard, the Chief Operating Officer of StockTwits, and since then, it's paid off very handsomely. So if you got a chance to check out that interview, awesome, and thank you very much, Howard. So INSP, fantastic pullback, really pretty pullback. I'll turn the multi-time frame analysis on here on TrendSpider, and I'll do daily versus weekly, and you'll just kind of see just a gorgeous trend here on the weekly chart, just pulling into some moving averages. Really nice dip buying opportunity on INSP. They're doing a lot of medical research on sleep studies. In fact, when I was in Sydney, Australia, it was back on November 4th or 5th or 6th. One of these 2 days I was in Sydney. I can't remember the exact time now. I'm pretty sure it was November 4th. I mentioned that this would be a very good stock to buy because we were actually discussing sleep and sleep habits and sleep schedules as it relates to trading. It had a gap and go. It retested the moving averages, and then now it's up $12 or 20% since I mentioned back in Sydney, Australia, for some people to take advantage of this particular trade. GLUU Mobile, ticker symbol GLUU. This is one that we got triggered in bullish today. A little bit of a pullback. You had a good bullish candle that came in yesterday, closing above this bearish candle, and we just simply bought the dip on GLUU, looking for the 100 to be a little bit of a target, and then ultimately this resistance right here. Just a quick, super fast, in and out, bill paying type of trade on GLUU Mobile. Folks, there's so many things I could talk about. Boy, oh boy, just an endless list as always, but I got the afternoon room coming right around the corner for Energy Wednesday. Starbucks, a few people in from the weekly options newsletter for those who subscribe to it. Possible double bottom, kind of hoping it's a double bottom. Relatively okay morning star reversal right here. So if Starbucks can start taking out the high of the candle on December 2nd, I think this one's going to slowly keep creeping up overall. I like the double bottom. We are in, and it's going to be exciting. Well, I get to go bowling with a professional bowler tonight, so I'm pretty pumped about that. Folks from around the world, hope you're doing amazing, and until next time, Love life and trade it. I'll see you on Friday for your next trade review. And until then,